All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. You can tell we are in the S650. You can also tell by the title, the thumbnail, we got a little bit to discuss. So if you guys are interested in the content, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications to stay up to date. A lot of interesting things are gonna be happening on the channel in the very near future, and you want to stay tapped in. I can guarantee you that. Now, what has been going on with this weather here in Houston? One day it is hot, sunny, 100. The next day it is literally like 75, 80, raining. It is impossible to keep the cars clean, especially if you drive them. The S650 has been doing its job as the daily. Absolutely love this car, but I think it might be time to go ahead and consider some different options, get something new on the channel, not only for me to just daily drive and enjoy, but also to potentially make content on, or better yet, make content with the Shelby GT350, the ESS G3R Shelby GT350. If you guys are new to the channel, this is my 2024 Mustang GT MT82. This is my daily driver, and I also have a Shelby GT350 with an ESS G3R supercharger on it. Absolutely love that car. It's the race car that I also go ahead and daily drive, you know, when I can, when the weather is nice. It's nice right now, but I'm telling y'all, it was raining earlier today. It's been raining literally like every other day. 1 hour it's sunny, 1 hour it's raining. I don't know what's going on. This car has been putting in work. I haven't been making videos with the S650, but that does not mean I have not been driving the car. I just rolled over 11,000 miles on it. I've had this car a little bit over a year. I think the last time this car was on the channel, it had like 9,000 miles, maybe 8,000 miles on it. It didn't have a lot of miles on it at all, and I'm over 11. So even though I haven't been making videos with the S650, best believe I've been driving this car. We've done the E30 blend. We've taken this out to Mexico multiple times. We've been going crazy in the S650. Like I said, I absolutely love this car, but in all reality, I think it is time that we go ahead and get something new, something fresh on the channel that can work hand in hand with the Shelby GT350, because the S650, it's kind of clashing with the Shelby GT350 in my personal opinion. I have two manual Mustangs, one supercharged, one is NA, one has a 5.2, one has a 5.0, one has a Tremec transmission, one has an MT82. They're different, but at the same time, I feel like the S650 as of right now, because the tuning is not available, and considering how the Shelby GT350 is performing, and the fact that, in my personal opinion, I think a lot of people can agree, the car is way exceeding the expectations, especially on that ESS G3R setup. I don't know if this car, I need to get gas soon, I don't know if this car is going to measure up to the Shelby GT350 remotely, even with a Whipple, a 325 pulley, a clutch upgrade, and the E30. Now with custom tuning, it might, but that is a big might, and we're talking about, you know, thousands of dollars. A big might, just going ahead and putting mods in a car and praying that it performs. Obviously, you kind of take that risk when you go ahead and supercharge or do any type of major modification, but at this point, I don't know if it is worth going ahead and supercharging this specific S650. If this was a 10-speed car, I'd be all for it, because we all know how effective the 10 speeds are, whether it's a Gen 3 or a Gen 4. They're a king daddy when it comes to, you know, the rolls. 680 are also really nice, especially when you set them up properly and you have them geared out right, and, you know, obviously go ahead and give them the sauce. You can put in some work with the 680. Some would even say the 680 is better than the 1080 when you are trying to make higher horsepower, and in all reality, I can agree with that depending on the type of racing you're trying to do. Now, let me know down in the comment section right now, if I were to go ahead and let go of the 2024 Mustang GT, what car would you want to see, or maybe not even a car, another vehicle you want to see replace this with? Because in my personal opinion, I think I want to get something that can work hand in hand with the Shelby GT350, something that I can make content with that car or use to enhance the content with the Shelby GT350. If you're catching my drift, honestly, I have been thinking about going ahead and letting this car go and getting a truck and a trailer, specifically a truck that could potentially tow the Shelby GT350 to like race events or to a different state. Now, for those of you who are truck guys, because I'm not a truck guy, I'm not gonna pretend like I am a truck guy. What truck, don't care if it's Ford, don't care if it's Dodge, speaking of Dodge, don't care if it's Chevy, what truck would you recommend for towing a vehicle that weighs, let's say, anywhere between like 3,500 to 4,000 pounds? What would you go ahead and recommend? Because I think that might be the move. Because in all reality, having two Mustangs in the channel, especially two stick shift Mustangs, 150 MT82 5.2 Tremec, it really doesn't make any sense. Now, when I bought this car, I was like, oh, I don't care, I want something that, you know, I can drive and enjoy, which 100% I have enjoyed this vehicle. But if I were to go ahead and get another Mustang, I definitely would get a 10-speed, just because it'd be something different, and because of the fact that I've driven a supercharged 10-speed S650 and absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it more than I thought I would. I now have an itch for an automatic. Now, if I don't get another Mustang, obviously it's going to be something that's going to be manual. If I was to go ahead and get, let's say, like an LS3 Corvette, obviously I'd go ahead and get that in manual. If I was to go get an LS2 Corvette, obviously that would be in manual. But let me know down in the comment section what you guys would recommend going ahead and replacing the S650 with. Now, if I could afford both the Shelby GT350 and another car that was like over, like, let's say like $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 or more, I'd probably just go ahead and get a G80 M3. I'm not gonna lie. I think that'd be an amazing daily to have on the channel. You know, we have the Shelby GT350 and then the G80 M3 downpipe tune. That car would quite literally be just as fast as the Shelby GT350 was on 93 with the old Pro Charger setup. And that's something that literally I could go to the grocery store the same day and go race, you know, and just full trim, you know what I'm saying? Don't have to do any type of weight reduction, nothing, just out the box performance with the downpipe tune. That would be something that I would go ahead and get. But those G80 M3s, they're money. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys would go ahead and recommend, because as of right now, I don't really think I want to go ahead and whipple this car, this specific S650. I don't think that would be not only interesting, but I also don't think I would enjoy it, because it would suck if I was to go ahead and whipple this car. Again, it's not tunable, I understand that, but imagine if I was to go ahead and spend like $10,000 plus, because again, this car would need the whipple, it would need the headers, because I don't want to go ahead and boost the car with the stock catalytic converters. That's never a good idea. It would need a drag pack at least, and for it to be, you know, significantly slower or just as fast, you know, it just doesn't really make any sense. You know, what's the point of having two 800 horsepower stick shift Mustangs? Yes, that sounds cool, but in all reality, I don't really think that makes sense. Now, it would be different if this was like a 10-speed, because it'd be a different vibe. But two manual cars, especially two Mustangs that make the same horsepower, you know, it just kind of doesn't make any sense. Now, this was a Vet that made like 750, that'd be different, because it's a completely different feeling. You know, a 700 horsepower LS3 Vet, you know, I feel like I'd get down in that. I feel like I would enjoy that, even though it wouldn't be as fast as the Shelby GT350 is currently. I feel like I'd still be able to enjoy that. Same thing with like a G80 M3, you know, downpipe tune. I feel like I would be able to get down and enjoy that. But as of right now, I think it'd be a good idea to get something that can work hand in hand with the Shelby GT350 and not clash, kind of like how this car does. Again, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. I would love to, you know, pick your brain and have an idea. Now, obviously, don't mention anything insane, because, you know, I'm not gonna go ahead and buy like a car that costs like 60K or something like that. I would love to be able to, but right now it's just not a good idea, considering the fact that, you know, I'm still going ahead and you know, modifying the Shelby GT350. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go ahead and do that. I want something that, you know, I can enjoy, but also that I can kind of, you know, work hand in hand, you know, with the current car that I actually do have. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have entertained the idea of trading this car in and getting a Gen 3 10-speed. I've also entertained going ahead and getting a Gen 2 6R80 car, and also I have entertained going ahead and potentially getting a Gen 1, but I kind of don't want to get a 6R80 Gen 1. Ironically, I'd kind of want to get an MT82 Gen 1, but I don't know if that is a good idea as well, because a Gen 1 Mustang is a Mustang that I actually have not experienced. I've never been in an S197 Mustang, so I feel like maybe I'd like that, because I heard that, you know, they're like raw performance, raw experience, and just the thought of having a Gen 1 and then going ahead and doing like a Gen 3 swap on it with twins kind of does interest me, but at the same time that'd be like a long-term goal. But at the same time, I feel like buying like an LS3 Vet and then just going ahead and having the long-term goal of doing like the heads cam blower route and then eventually 416 blower route would be a better option, more interesting, because it's something that isn't on the channel. And having a Shelby GT350 and a Vet just seems like a better idea in my personal opinion. So like as of right now, realistically, there's a few options on the table. I'm not gonna lie, there's a few different routes I can go ahead and take. I could go get a truck and a trailer, which would be probably the smart decision, because I can go ahead and daily drive the truck, go get groceries, and also tow the Shelby GT350. That would go ahead and work hand in hand, quite literally would be the best option. Or go ahead and get an LS3 Vet. I'd still daily the Vet, I'm not gonna lie. Just do basic stuff like long tube headers, cold air intake, stuff like that. I can get it tuned, obviously, and you know, I could be, you know, daily drive that car, or just go out and just go race it, you know, if I wanted to, and then eventually go ahead and supercharge it, throw a cam in it, and go that route. But I'm not too sure on exactly what I want to do as of right now. I've toyed with this idea a couple months ago, but now I think I'm fully ready to commit going ahead and getting something different, just because I don't make videos with this car anymore. I only daily drive it to get groceries, and like having I mean, it's just having a brand new Mustang, and you know, I'm not motivated to do anything with it. It's just like, I don't really like that feeling, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really make sense to do that, you know, because like realistically I should be motivated and doing everything with this car, because it's brand new. It's literally a brand new Mustang. It's 2024, 2025 now, but it's literally a brand new Mustang, and I'm not doing anything with it. So I'm just like, damn, you know, maybe I should go ahead and get something else that can work hand in hand, because a Vet and a Shelby GT350 definitely would work hand in hand, and a truck, trailer, and the Shelby GT350 would also work hand in hand. I probably wouldn't make like dedicated videos with the truck, but that truck and the trailer combo would be nice. That would be really, really convenient, and something that would benefit, you know, everything realistically, because then I can go ahead and tow the car to Dallas when I want to go ahead and go to Dallas. I could tow the car to Mexico when I want to go to Mexico. I could tow the car, you know, back home to Chicago if I wanted to. I could tow the car anywhere, because I have a truck that can do that instead of driving everywhere, which I don't really mind driving, but having the truck and the trailer, it's just that added just like confidence to get the car where I wanted to get to. It just would make more sense in our reality. It really would make more sense. And if I had a trailer, I could rent that trailer out, and it could literally make money when I'm not even using it. So it's like one of those things where at this point I'm kind of talking myself into getting a truck and a trailer. Realistically, I should go get a truck and a trailer, just thinking about it right now. But let me know down in the comment section what you guys think, y'all. You guys think that I should just keep the S650, whipple it, you know, E30 and have some fun, which honestly isn't a bad idea, but I just don't know if it'd be worth it. I really don't, man, because that boosted 5.2 life, I'm telling y'all, man, like when I went from the 2-valve to the Shelby GT350, it ruined every other Mustang underneath it. It really did. It really did ruin every other Mustang underneath. Do I regret doing that? Absolutely not. But it really did ruin every other Mustang. It's like if I went from like a 2-valve to like a C7 Z06 or a C6 ZR1, there's no, well, you're not gonna really look at any other Mustangs differently. You know what I'm saying? Or any other Vettes differently. You're just gonna be like, okay, you know, I already have the cream of the crop. And it doesn't make sense to get a GT500. Absolutely doesn't make sense to get a GT500. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. That truck and the trailer combo would be badass, though. That would be badass. The LS3 Vette combo would be badass, too. It really would. It really would. Just thinking about it. Those two probably would be the best option. It's either I'm getting an LS3 Vette or a truck and a trailer. Thinking about it right now, that really is probably the best option. Let me know what y'all think, man. Want to go ahead and make this video just to put my thoughts out there, to get your guys' opinions on things as well. Like I said, don't recommend anything crazy, like BMWs. I mean, as much as I do like BMWs, you know what I'm saying, I don't know. That could be a slippery slope, but man, I'm thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it right now. I'm thinking about it right now. S650. That truck and trailer combo or that Vette combo. Oof. I'm thinking about it right now. All right. Let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, y'all. Deuces.